right. We have already discussed this object quite a bit in the previous segment. The what am I trying to say? The chronicle part of the segment. This craft that we're going to do is thematically correct. What we just said is that it is correct by movie standards, by merchandise standards, however, not by book standards, but it's still cute. So it's in the background right now. There it is. All right, Christina, show them what we got.
All right. Picture number 1.
Okay, so I had to make this craft twice, a couple of different times. This was the first one. Here we have paint, an empty plastic container of some kind, some wooden sticks so that we can mix things around with, a container like a miniature hat box, shall we say. And what you can't read unless you can read Japanese is the hole filler for walls, like the wall kind of, what is it called?
Spackle.
Yeah, spackle. Now, I tried doing it with this because I saw it online. I saw someone else do it this way, so I thought I would give it a shot. Now, when we make magic, it does not always work. Sometimes, we're in the mischief side of things. And so, can you show me the next picture? What I did was I painted the spackle. I dyed the spackle with the pink paint, and then I put it onto both the lid and the base. And then can you show me the next one? It cracked. Look at how beautiful it was before, right? The color was before, and then it got really, really light pink. And then when it dried, it cracked. And so I thought, this is not my finished product. I cannot have this be my craft. So,
though, because you painted cracks in it because they're supposed to be cracks, and then it created its own cracks.
Exactly. I was like, well, if this is meant to patch cracks, I don't get it. So next picture, please. Instead, if you can see that the spackle is in the background, and then kind of in the middle, there's a very tall bottle. That is glue. It's kind of like, you can use, that particular one is wood glue, but you can use wood glue. I'm assuming that you can also use Elmer's glue. That would work just as fine. And so what I did is I put the Elmer's glue or the wood glue into my container, and I painted it pink again. And then I covered the cakes. And then when it was still slightly wet, when it was kind of still malleable, I put the colored cracks in it. Can you show me the next picture? And I will show you, I did 2 versions. This was my first one. The color is darker. I think I was slightly traumatized by the fact that I thought that the pink would get too light. So I really went in on the kind of maroonish, reddish kind of color of the crack. And so this one is a little bit darker. Can you go to the next slide? And here I am. I used baking sheet paper, like parchment paper, and I made it into a little funnel to put the the green glue in there so that I can use it like a little piping bag. It's what we do in baking. It's very commonly done to use parchment paper to make a little funnel so that you have like your little push funnel. And it was easier to push out the letters that way. And the next picture will show you the side-by-side comparison of the lighter color, although there's a little bit of glare so you can't see it, but that one has a lighter color crack and then the darker color crack on the right side. So that is the craft. And I found that using the glue was so nice. It was really, really easy to apply. It was really, really easy to correct as you go. So I used the popsicle sticks not only to mix the glue in the container, but also to apply it. And I can show you here. This is the base. So I applied it. It's so beautiful. It looks like a handmade cake. Like, it's not perfect. There are like little ridges here and there that show kind of like icing being put onto a cake. So I really like the outcome of this craft. I wanted to make it so if you look back here, the pillow, some of the merchandise is literally just the cake. So the pillow is just the cake. I mean, obviously it's a pillow, but I wanted to make it something useful. And so that's why I bought this box. And you can use it for whatever you want, put stuff in it, whatnot. Here is the darker colored one, the darker colored lines. And this one, I went a little bit lighter. I kind of like this one. And then in some merchandise, you'll see that this line here is omitted sometimes in some merchandise. For example, the cookie that I was given, it doesn't have that line here. It doesn't have the separation between the R and the Y. I think it depends on the size of the surface. So if there's not enough surface area, they just omit that line to make it easier for the manufacturing process. But I super love this craft. It was so easy. I hope that all of you have an opportunity to make this because, like I said, it's really, really easy. And it's just cute. And let's now guess, how much did this cost to make? The box itself,
what? With a buck.
Yeah. The glue, how much does glue cost?
$1, if that.
Okay. Because you don't need that much glue because you're just spreading it around, and it depends on the size of your container as well. And you're going to want 2 containers. Well, the containers, though, they're like empty yogurt containers. That doesn't cost you anything.
Oh, you mean to mix?
Yeah, to mix.
Oh, I have
the plastic container. Okay, well, fancy you. I don't. I used yogurt container. Well, I ate my yogurt first, and then I used my container. It's like going into grandma's refrigerator, and you're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to use this butter. But there's no butter in there. Yeah. Just use one of those containers in order to mix it. And literally that's it.
Okay.
It is so cheap. Do you think that you would have any issues with this, Christina?
I don't think so. It seems easy enough.
Yeah.
Unless I can't find anything. I feel like those are all easy finds.
Yeah. Oh, and the paint that I used is the same paint that I continue to use for other crafts. It's acrylic paint.
Yeah, I
And
did
it
pick up acrylic paint at the dollar store.
and you'll be surprised, you do not need a lot of paint to dye the glue that pink. You do not.
Okay.
But I highly suggest that you mix just a tiny bit of glue and paint and then put it on like a swatch paper, like a little palette to dry to kind of test it out before you actually go and cover the whole container.
Okay. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
How about your last craft? If people haven't seen, where can they find it?
It would have posted earlier this week on our IG stories.
Yeah.
If you didn't see it, maybe we'll post it somewhere else. Maybe we should just make a section on the website where we post the crafts, pictures of the craft. I think we can do that. But yeah,
Okay.
it does post Magic and Mischief Mondays, not the Monday after the episode, but the following Monday. We post the side by side of my art with Erica's art. You should have seen my eggs earlier this week. If you didn't, then you'll have to wait until we get those up on the website.
Did you have a difficulty with that craft at all?
Not particularly. It was a little more, well, no, I guess not. I was going to say it was a little more involved than yours, but you like actually blew actual egg out of real eggs. And like, yeah, I don't know. I bought the Easter eggs. They were multicolored and I painted them white. And then I did I did grocery shopping. So I did buy a carton of eggs with the plastic, container, and I took them and I put the eggs in a different container so that I could use that plastic container for my craft. And so yeah, I painted multicolored eggs all white with white acrylic paint. And then put the letters inside and it looked like a carton of eggs.
Okay. By the way, guys, whenever you're using paint, make sure to use gloves. It's easy enough to get acrylic paint off of your hands, but just to be safe.
Yeah. I'm actually quite pleased with how easily acrylic paint comes off. So I'm weird anyway. I'm trying not to get it anywhere, but when a little gets on my hands or whatever, it's very easy to wash off.
Yep.
Yay. And remember, if you do the craft, email a picture to the Lightning Bolt Chronicles at gmail.com so that we can see
I want to see it.
She wants you to do them. She wants to see
Yeah.
your work. She's tired of seeing my crap.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm happy to see all of the crafts. I just want to see people actually trying to make these. Yeah.
I think you're just happy you're making me craft regularly.
Oh, I am. I am very much. Yeah. And I want other people to join me. Come on.
I had to go buy a little storage box to keep all my stupid little craft stuff in.
It's going to be a big old bag eventually.
Oh, God. I'm going to make a sign that says the Erica box.
Well, you can call it the therapy box. Crafting can be therapeutic.
I actually did enjoy painting the eggs once I figured, like, the first one's a little bit like, oh, how am I doing this? Awkward. And then as you go, you kind of figure it out. And then it's,
Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah.
It was all right. It was all right.
I'm so happy.
Okay.
All right. Let's get to the question of the day.
Uh-oh. Hollows are Horcruxes.